Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This week, we've got a pair of teams who come in on different paths. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Well, Larry, there's a new stadium set to open in Inglewood in 2019, but for now, we're in the heart of the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Try and start this drive in the air. Caught here left side by Brett. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Here we go. 3-19. Gone.
The play clock's running down. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. And this offense certainly hoping that a veteran wide receiver in Britt can set the tone here in this one.
And we've seen better maturity out of him as his career has gone on, but no lack of speed. He can still get deep and hurt a defense.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Play clock winding down. They'll set up to throw. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. Hey, now let's go. 3, over. 599 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On first down, it's Gurley. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Xavier Rhodes is a cornerback who does not mind being physical. Whether he's covering passes or coming up in the run game, he's going to be there to make an impact.
2nd down following the run.
Here we go. 3-19. Mike 50.
Time running out here on the play clock. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner, the first-round pick from Oregon, in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Going to 88. They're going to 88.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time, and that brings up 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So you had to figure that sooner or later someone was going to top Matt Prater's record of 64, and officially this one will go in the record books at 65.
You saw him lining up for this, and you just thought to yourself, you know, he couldn't make this. And sure enough, to be here to see it, that's pretty darn awesome.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out in the pistol. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here's the headshots for the offense, and Carlos Hyde, a talented back.
Has taken over as the lead runner. A terrific talent. Can batter you inside, but has more speed than what you expect to take it the distance.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. Smith catches left side. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And Cap, of course, was a great baseball player, drafted as a pitcher. He kind of showed his arm right there, didn't he?
Yeah, he let that one go, didn't he? That was a catcher putting down the #1 signal for the fastball and turning it loose. It was needed in that situation, though. He had to throw a tight spiral and a hard one in order to get it in there for a completion.
Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. And his throw is incomplete. The defense here for the Rams.
Mark Barron entered the league as a safety, but really plays much more like a linebacker. One thing we always notice at the end of every game, his stat sheet is full.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Double tight, double tight. Even, 4 down, even.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kaepernick. And he comes back with one complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Tight ends left. We got 4. 56 to Mike.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
4 down, check. 4 down.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
4 down.
Defense showing blitz. On 1st down, Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
3 down, 3 down. Now let's go. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit!
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Watch it now, Barney.
They come up in an offset eye.
Blue 90. Hey, we got Mike. Leopard.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
The play clock's running down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And it brings up 4th down. On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I tell you, I think by definition you won't get any closer to equaling the record than that.
Not at all. 64 yards, end over end. And I think he's going to come up about a half a revolution short. And that could really have bounced either way.
Kaepernick now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Second down following the incompletion.
4 down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the D looking like they may blitz. Kaepernick will try again on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He dumps it to Hyde. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands, That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. Surveying the field. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well. Because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch left.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Who's on 85? Come on, baby. Let's get this.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. This will be caught at about the 3. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. The return man here, T.J. Jones. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker couldn't make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Detroit! Detroit! Check! No. Check! Patriot! Patriot!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Guys, check me out. Blue 90. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that?
Play clock winding down.
Who's that?
And now a carry here for their fullback. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 30.
And the back goes into motion. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. It's complete to Britt. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it,
Now
weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Green 39.
Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Gurley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Tight end to the left. Tight end left.
They come out here in the eye.
Gun. 99.
The play clock's running down. Back to throw here. And this is incomplete. He was looking for the tight end Lance Kendricks there. And now it's third down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Hey, we got 3 Blue 90.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Trey Mason, and that brings up fourth down. Now it's Zuerlein to try the Ram field goal. This one from 35 yards away. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. On the return, here's Dre Archer. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. Get the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on
From the gun on third down, Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's brought down after a good game. A good pickup there at 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing...
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They come up in an offset eye.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Cap gives to the tailback Hyde. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
2nd down following the run. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. He's going to get the football. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. His throw caught at about the 5. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. 3rd down, Carlos Hyde. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
Double tight. 91. Shift.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. Throw with Kaepernick. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their big tight end. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And his kick is good. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
Double tight. 3 down. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He's got time. Now he's forced out right. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 3 down. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Austin's got it left side. A good pickup there at 22.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Watch twist.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Hard throw, incomplete.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
Now it's Zuerlein to try the Ram field goal. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 10 yards still left on 2nd down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
4 down, 4 down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw here. Caught here left side by Brett. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right.
Green 39.
Now back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let them know.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Over. Alert 3. Gun. All right, now. Gun.
They'll to throw now on first down. He's going to let it go again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play. The one that they got on the previous one, they tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
I'm coming. Now let's go. Blue 90. Check 53. Blue 90. Here we go.
Back to throw again. And that's complete to Brian Quick. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Single.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Kaepernick now on first down. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. Second down to the offense needing 5 yards.
Hey, we on our round. Go 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run at the line of scrimmage. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Hey, guys, check me out. All right, here we go.
Play clock winding down.
Green 39.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. They'll set up a throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Now let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 21, and it'll be a San Francisco first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Again, it's high. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. On third and long, it's Kaepernick. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, he hits Austin. Give him 16 on the pickup, and the Rams are going to get a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. The one running back is Gurley.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Turn it up.
Time running out here on the play clock. He'll drop to throw. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Austin's got it left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tavon Austin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Another pistol look here. They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
two tights. 3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go.
The play clock's running down. Now it's Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
We got 3. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Hey, check. 5-50.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Green 39. Green 39.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They come out here in the eye.
3-19.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
4 down.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Check.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that leads to a San Francisco 1st down.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Hey, 4 down. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Kaepernick now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Michael Brockers getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So the D gets the sack on first, and now it brings up second down. On second down, here's Kaepernick. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's Hyde. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. On third and long, it's Kaepernick. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
We got 4. We got 4. 56, the mic.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Can't find anyone open. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
34, strong left, strong left, strong left.
From the gun on third down, Kaepernick. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal, and if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel, and I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Looked like they had something going last drive, then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be a Los Angeles first down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll look to throw. Caught here left side by Brett. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Quarterback and receiver on the same page, and they beat the man coverage.
Sometimes you get too aggressive as a defense. You go into man coverage. That means you've got to win to the line of scrimmage yourself. On that play, the offense did.
He'll drop to throw. He has Britt over the middle. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
3 down. Now let's go.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They run. It's Gurley. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Looking to throw. His pass caught at the 4. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a second and goal. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up, and now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense. My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Kaepernick will try again on second down. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down. 50.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. And the Rams getting set to go now. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now.
And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
They come out here in the eye.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down. 3 down. Set, blue 90.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey. We got 3, we got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.